The Steam Deck 2 is already being planned by Valve. Let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another Steam Deck video on the Major Ben channel. We're going to be doing a lot of these in the future. I've got so much I want to talk about regarding the Steam Deck, and I'm not getting mine until Q2 or after, so I've got to make up for stuff by just talking about the Steam Deck, you know, getting excited for it, making sure I know as much about this device as possible before I get it. So hopefully this helps with you guys' anticipation and build up to the Steam Deck device as well. You can kind of watch some of these videos, watch people talk about things, and hopefully that makes things slightly better for you. But please do consider subscribing if you are enjoying these videos I'm creating on the Steam Deck. Please do like. Every like you leave does put you up one position in the Steam Deck queue. So yeah, make sure you go and do that. But let's talk about the Steam Deck 2, which Valve is already planning. I've got 2 articles I'm going to have a little read through because I kind of guessed this would be the case. The Steam Deck has been flying off the shelves, hence why, you know, we're all so far back in the queue. But they are already planning this because of that. So it says Valve is already planning a follow-up to its hotly anticipated, I should say, Steam Deck, according to the company's president, Gabe Newell. Speaking to Edge magazine, Newell was discussing Valve's surprises when the most expensive version of the Steam Deck proved to far and away be the most popular version of the handheld. He said, this is why we... Oh, sorry, no, he didn't. He said, that's why we always love to get something out there and ship it, because we learn a lot from that, and it helps frame our thinking for Deck 2, he said. So he's actually come out and said this, guys. So obviously, with the most expensive version of the Steam Deck being the highest selling one, it kind of shows that people aren't bothered about the price necessary as much. So we may get a like Steam Deck 2 with a lower end version, like just a slight spec increase from the current Steam Deck, and we may get like a Steam Deck 2 Plus or Pro or whatever route they go with all those kind of things like Apple. They may do a Steam Deck 2 Pro, for example, that has actually got better internal specs, like a PC. You know, you get various different CPUs, various different GPUs, and you can customize that no end on PC. So they may do a similar low end, mid end, and high end range for the Steam Deck, with the storage options being upgraded throughout, which would be awesome. So that is fantastic news. Let's go on. This new version of the Steam Deck will likely be a more powerful version of the device, obviously, reflecting what Valve believes its customers are saying in purchasing the higher-end deck. They're basically saying, we would like an even more expensive version of this in terms of horsepower capabilities or whatever, Newell said. Indeed, it appears Valve already has a long future plan for the Steam Deck ahead, with Newell envisioning it as a permanent addition to PC gaming. The second iterations are going to be more about what are the capabilities that mobile gives us above and beyond what you get in a traditional desktop or laptop. What's interesting about this is that Valve's vision for the Steam Deck seemingly ties into its ongoing pursuit of VR gaming, with Newell stating that Steam Deck represents battery-capable, high-performance horsepower that eventually could be used in VR applications as well. It's true that one of the main barriers to making VR gaming accessible is the physically inconvenient nature of the hardware, which is why Facebook Metaverse, for example, Quest headsets are by far the most popular VR devices. They're not tethered to a PC, for example. They have their own processing unit inside them. Could Valve be planning a Steam Deck that somewhat integrates into a VR headset? One that simultaneously reduces the cost of investing in VR hardware and makes it easier to use, or perhaps just a Steam Deck with enough graphical power to push a tethered VR headset such as Valve Index. I personally like the second option there. I want the Steam Deck to carry on being its own device, and I personally think it will be because it's done so well compared to a VR headset. I still think VR, there's many people who just don't like VR. I don't. It gives me motion sickness. It's just not something I'm particularly interested in either. I like playing my games on a display or on a handheld or whatever like that. There is also a second article here saying, with the Steam Deck hardware reaching the first consumers over the weekend, the PC games giant has hinted the initial feedback is already informing its plans for the next generation model. So it talks about very similar things. Obviously, it goes into a little bit more detail about what Gabe Newell said. He said that we thought the entry price was going to be the critical factor for Deck's success, but it turns out that far and away the most popular SKU is the most expensive one. So again, he's reiterating the same thing, but he's also talking about price. So we've got to hope they don't see this as a way to boost and put in a price increase that would suck to hardware that wouldn't be worth that. Like obviously the Steam Deck, they are taking a massive loss on these things because of how powerful they are. They really are incredible for what you're paying. So we've got to hope that that's not what they're talking about here. But if we do get a more powerful revision of the Steam Deck, what I would personally like to see is a bigger screen. So there's still bezels on this screen. Always the upgrade that I will always go for if there's a screen with bezels. You can clearly see the bezels on the screen. An upgrade to that would be really nice. An OLED display would be huge to me. Literally actually like the Switch, what's it called? OLED. The upgrade between the Switch and the Switch OLED would be perfect for something like the Steam Deck. Obviously, you'd need internal processing if they're going to call it a Steam Deck 2. If it's just a Steam Deck Pro, for example, slap an OLED on it, make it a little bit less bezel, on the screen, and that would be an awesome upgrade for a Pro model. But do all of that and chuck in some more horsepower. I really think that, forget the GPU, I know it's an APU, but the actual CPU side of the Steam Deck, get some Zen 3 cores in there. I remember watching, I think it was Linus Tech Tips' video on the Aya Neo Pro Next or whatever it's called. The Zen 3 cores in that CPU really, really pushed certain games that were CPU heavy, and it kind of showed the difference between Steam Deck and the Aya Neo in that case. Graphically, Steam Deck absolutely stomps on the Aya Neo, but in terms of CPU performance, the Io Neo with those Zen 3 cores really boosted above the Steam Deck. So a Zen 3 CPU would be massive and a slight boost to GPU. That's all I would want. It's quite a lot, but that would be perfect for Steam Deck 2. I really think Steam Deck 2 would be huge if they do boost it. I hope it's not too soon after. I'd like maybe like a 3-year thing. Every 3 years we get a new Steam Deck, or around that, 4 years maybe. That would be perfect. Every year would be way too much. They could do it like that, but I just think, a lot of people though do buy smartphones every year. I do. I buy the new iPhone pretty much every single year, and I spend $1,000 on that. So I probably would spend $1,000 or 500, 600 pounds on a Steam Deck every year, to be fair. But who knows? This is very interesting. It's great that they're already talking about it, because it's kind of show the success. They're already going to get to work on this thing. They're already going to look at seeing what they can do. They're thinking about the future of Steam Deck, and that just shows how successful it's already been. And we've only just had them launch a week ago. So this is awesome. So exciting. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. Please do like us. You guys have been awesome, by the way. The support on these videos have been absolutely fantastic. I'm going to keep doing Steam Deck content because I'm loving it. I'm so excited for this. I've always been a fan of handhelds. It's always been something I've grown up with. The PSP, the PS Vita, the Nintendo DS, DSi, 3DS, all that stuff. The Game Boy. I've always grown up with handheld devices. And it's always been my dream to be able to have a home device mixed with a handheld device. I know you guys will say, oh, the Switch was out years ago. Yes, but it wasn't a proper console, in my opinion. You are not playing the latest games. You're not getting Elden Ring on that thing. You're not getting Cyberpunk on that thing. You're not getting Jedi Fallen Order on that thing. You might get Dying Light 2 at a push on the next Switch, which is like, that's how disappointed and frustrated I get with the Nintendo Switch. You might get Dying Light 2 with the next Switch, but it won't be till like 5 years after the game's already come out. This thing is allowing me to play these next gen brand new titles that are launching that I play on my PC, carry on the progress from my desktop PC, and continue playing where I left off. Like, this is huge. It's, in my opinion, it's not even comparable to the Switch. This thing is so much more advanced than the Nintendo Switch, in my personal opinion. I'm hyped for it. You guys are hyped for it. Hopefully these videos are helping with the anticipation for you guys. I really hope they are. Please do like the video. It really does help me out. Subscribe to the channel. We've really gained so many subscribers. My goal at the start of the year was to get to 5,000 by the end of the year. and we're already at like 4,900, and I was at like 4,500 at the start of this year. Like, it's ridiculous. This channel has grown so much, and it's thanks to all of you guys. So that's enough. I'm going to shut up. I'll let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in future videos as always. You guys are legends. Bye-bye for now.